Myself, Suvankar, welcome you all for game-changing MEP modular design system online seminar. It's my pleasure for giving this webinar to you all. I hope it will be a great learning session for all of us. This is a brief introduction about myself. I am key account manager based in UAE, having 5 years experience in construction industries and 3 years experience in MEP support system and secondary steel design, specifically working on the anchors and having also experience in the design calculation for MEP support system. I am having various external certification as well as record award and recognition from Fischer. I also welcome my colleague Musab Hamdan from Bahrain.
Thank you, Suvankar. So again, welcome all. My name is Musab Hamdan. I'm the Senior Technical Field Engineer for Fischer in Bahrain. I hold a bachelor's degree in structural engineering, having almost 6 years of experience in construction field and close to 5 years of experience in fixings, MEP supports, and fire sealant applications. So today's seminar will last for 60 minutes. We'll be taking 35 to 35 minutes for presentation material, followed by a question and answer session where we will try to answer your question during the on live. Then last 5 minutes for poll and feedback, as we believe that we all need people who will give us feedback. That's how we improve. For better experience, please don't do any parallel downloads. Question will be answered at the end of our presentation. Let's dive in today's topic, starting with the agenda, where we will discuss briefly the traditional system of installation of MEP supports. Then we'll go to modular MEP installation, general practices of this system. Then we'll review different types of MEP modules, where to use, how to use. Then we'll see benefits behind this prefabricated system. Then we'll go to the second part of today's session, which will be in more talking about practical case studies, the process of the modular, MEP modular. Then we will close with the services and guidance that Fischer providing you to make it happen. Let's start with brief introduction about the traditional system. What do we mean by traditional system? It's the way that I believe most of the MEP guys following for installation of the MEP services, where they will do the design analysis and the installations individually for each service of MEP services. Ensure during this process high level of coordination required between all stakeholders and all trades. Individual installation of the services in these services, it required really skilled worker to do it. Otherwise, because they are working individually, so they might face some clashing between these services.
Well, Musab, I have a question here. If you can also let our attendees know how the design calculation for the individual support system they can do easily.
Good. So Suvankar, this will take us to talk also in brief about how Fischer can support in this traditional system before diving the modular MEP installation. Actually, Fischer developed user-friendly software called Fixperience. You can get it in a very easy way. You need to go to our website, access fischer.ae. You will get link to download Fixperience. Just you have to register using your valid mail ID to get one copy for life. Inside, just briefly inside this software, you will find different ways of installation, either in ceiling installations, floor installations, or wall installations. Then by running the software, you will be able to do the stress analysis of the Unistrut, whatever you have selected, plus the Unifix. So if you are interested more in this topic, Fixperience in general, how to install, how to run it, I would highly recommend you to go to our YouTube channel, where you will see there some seminars where we conducted related to this topic only, experience. Okay, so that's all about traditional. I won't go more in details. Let's focus in today's topic, modular MEP installation, and let's have what Sovankar having for us for this topic.
Well, so till now we heard about traditional system. Thank you, Musab, for giving this presentation about the traditional system. But what is modular MEP installation system? That's the questions comes in the mind. Basically, modular MEP installation system is a system which is having pipe supports, duct supports, and cable tray supports. In a single word, all the MEP supports along with the services, it's called a modular system. So if you see in the picture also right side, it is visible. So this is how the modular system looks like. But what require the modular system? It's require the basic thing is the pre-planning and design coordination with all stakeholders. This is the basic thing has to be done for the modular system. And in this modular system, there are three different types. These three different type of modular systems are horizontal ceiling modular, vertical riser modular, and plant modular. So what are these three modular systems? Let's have a look in a brief. The type of MEP modules. Horizontal ceiling module is basically which is the module used to support the horizontal services running in the floor. So that ceiling module, it's consists of all the services, including HVAC pipes, drainage pipes, gas pipes, electrical support system, ducts. So you can see in a brief how this module looks like in the field, in the site after installation. Well, there is also another riser module, which is called vertical riser module. So this vertical riser module is used for or like installed for the riser pipe, riser duct, which is the vertical services going from one floor to another floor or in the multiple floors. So before closing using the brickwork in the shaft, we place this module along with the services, which is much easier than installing one by one individual services and close with the brick wall.
Okay, so Suvankar, these two types of modules usually we will find in PC construction, PC segments.
Correct.
So what if you are talking about oil and gas or let's say data centers? This I believe we need to highlight because most of the I think of the attendees who will send them invitation, they were from this field. So we thought of adding this type of modules and go through the different types of modules inside this sector itself. So let's go and talk about plant module. Plant module, basically, as a Fischer, we start promoting this system, raised floor system, for A&I segments as well as for data centers and substations, where we will form this kind of grids to allow you to fix tiles on the system itself. And underneath system, you can run your services, either electrical, mechanical, or other pipes and let's say ducts. As well as for chilled water, heavy chilled water pipe, where you will get your, you can see in this picture, these units, AHU units and chillers, which required high level of coordination, high level of arrangement, and high level of design. So also these types of modules where you can get from us. Moving forward, we will talk about benefits of a prefabrication. All benefits behind the modular system in general. Starting with quicker completion of MEP installation. I'm not talking about services or supports. No, we are talking both together, quicker completion of MEP installation, lower execution costs, no snags, no damaging of services by different trades. We will come how we are avoiding this kind of accidents, damagings, or clashing. Higher safety can be obtained, easier workforce sure planning, and at the end, we'll close up with high quality of MEP installations. Let's start in details of these benefits, starting with quicker completion. As Sufankar said about the introduction of the modular, this system can be done in your factory, off-site. So you are doing this business away from, you are not connected to the construction itself. That means from day one, you can start with your assembly at your factory. No need to wait for other trades to give you permission or a clearance to start with your job, with MEP installation. Hence, you can boost the productivity up to 400%. Of course, high level of coordination will be over there between all trades from day one to make it happen. And unlike a traditional system, in traditional system, you are installing individual supports or individual systems or individual services in that, let's say, whole. So if any clashings over there, it might force you again to go back and move here, there to make it happen. So rework is there, but for a modular system, you are doing it in factory at eye level base, so you are avoiding any rework in the future. So as a Fischer, one of the services Fischer that giving, and we will come this at the end, is giving detailed POQ. So you just think you are getting that POQ from day one and start the executions at your factory with a very well way. So you are avoiding any issues in the future in terms of delivering material or stocking material. So you are doing or increasing the productivity of material planning or stocking of the material itself. In terms of cost or cost efficiency, how modulars can help you to approach. Sure, by saving money, you are saving time. It can reduce the wastage from certain level. We will see now practically how much the comparison between the modular and the traditional system in terms of wastage, because I think it's big topic in all construction fields where people are trying to save this wastage, which sometimes goes up to 15–20%. So it can be taken down up to 2%. And by the way, 0% is applicable if people at the factory followed exactly as per the POQ and did the job as per the design or proposal given by the manufacturer. Increasing the productivity of the manpower per hour. Sure, if your guys working at the factory, it's not like how they are working up there on the scaffolding itself. So this would boost the productivity of manpower per hour. You can cut the cost of scaffolding as you are doing this job at your factory. Later on, you will move it. No need to erect this scaffolding for all services. You can put it in one shot only for installing the module itself later on when it's being delivered to the site. Now, it has happened mainly when a new run has to be fixed over there. So if a new run is there, you need to fix one of the new services, the new size coming up. So all what you need to do is you might utilize these 2% of the wastage in the modular itself. You can check back with the designer or with the supervisor who will do so by utilizing the current wastage, current material to put this new service on. Sure, faster completion leads to faster invoice from your side to your client. No snags, no damaging of services by different trades. Coordination is there in the factory. You are not doing job up there in the scaffolding. You are doing job at what we are calling eye level assembly, not comparing with doing this job up on the scaffolding. I believe, or we believe, it would avoid many defects. In terms of workforce planning, in addition to what I said in previous slide, from day one, you can put your team in progress. No need to wait for all other trades to complete and give you any other clearance. Mr. Mina is asking, could you please share the file of a presentation with us? Sure. After this presentation, we would share all this material with you, and also this webinar is, or online seminar is recorded. So you can go back again to our YouTube channel within a few days and check it back again. So going back to the topic, easier workforce planning, as I mentioned, and now you are working away from messy site, where to work, when to work, how to work. You will avoid all of these, and you put your team to focus in the factory, doing the assembly of the MEP supports and MEP services as well. So you can dedicate two teams, one team who is doing the fabrication in the factory itself, and one team who will do the installation. Hence, skill level of workers increased in multifold. Sure, we will not end that day without ensuring we are achieving high quality of MEP installations for both MEP services and MEP supports. So how could this happen with modular? It can, because it's been done in the factory. So your QA QC team who would assure the quality of the installation at eye level, which is sure much easier and accurate comparing with doing same job at the site up at that scaffolding or in the riser or wherever the location of the installation. Sure, it would give more effectively monitoring for the progress of MEP installations. So at a glance, what the advantages? High quality. We are achieving high quality by ensuring the effective monitoring for the progress. No snags or damagings of the services itself. We are avoiding clashes between all services. High safety by minimal work at height. They are working down there in the factory, in conditioned area, in a house. They are not work. They will do only there for installation of the modular itself, not for the assembly. Increasing the productivity in terms of productivity of the manpower, in terms of the productivity of the stocking of the material, in terms of the productivity in the progress itself. This all will lead to cost efficiency solution for MEP installation, saving time, saving the material wastage, increasing the productivity would lead for reduction in overall cost. So let's go to the second part of today's seminar. We will be more practically there, showing some case studies and the process of the modular system and services guidance that Fischer can give you. So I would like to call Suvankar to take it up.
Thank you so much, Musab, for giving a brief introduction about the modulars and how it will benefit all of our attendees, our customers and stakeholders for installing the MEP system. However, it was the theory. Let's have a look in the case study which we did currently in one of our project we finished in Dubai. This is 54-meter long corridor, and these highlighted areas are having the modular. So these modulars are installed in 54-meter long corridor with 55 worker for 10 floors. You know how it looks like. The modular is length of 3 meter and width of 1.5 meter. There will be some question we'll ask to the attendees. regarding it. So please focus. This length of the modular is 3 meter, width of the modular is 1.5 meter. How the modular looks like along with the services, something similar to this. So there are several number of pipes, several number of cable trays and ducts running. In this, how the support system looks like without the services. So my question here, for 54-meter long corridor for 10 floor with 55 worker, how long you will take to complete as a conventional system? Can I have some answer in the chat box? For let's say 540-meter long corridor altogether, yeah, with 55 worker at the site.
So Mr. Khalid is telling 1 month.
And it's a high-rise building. Okay, Mr. Jim is saying 2 months. Well, so after doing this case study with that MEP contractor, we got the answer as Charles is saying 3 months. It will require approx 5 month time in the site. So the site will give the clearance, and then the coordination has to happen, and material will come to the site, and it will be installed with the services, not only the support. So this will take approx 5 month time. But in the modular system, when we ask how long it took, because it is modular system does not require to wait for the site clearance. They can start doing the making the modular at the factory. It took 1 month time only. So as a benefit, the quicker completion happen. In the wastage, again, if you go for the conventional system, I mean, can you tell like how long? I mean, how much wastage of the material you consider in the conventional system when we do the BOQ? 20%, 20%. I can see Khalid mentioned 20%. Suraj Bhaskaran, he also answered 20%. Thank you so much, all of you, for your active participation. Well, so we found it is on an average around 5 to 10%. Sometimes it boosts up, depend on the site to site. But in the modular system, it comes down to 2% to 0%. You know why? What is the reason? The reason is basically the wastage material as a conventional system at the site. It's very difficult to manage. So once it is wastage, we throw to the garbage. But in the modular system, we can really well manage the wastage material, the different size of the channel piece, the different size of the threaded rod piece. So we can use in the future for fabricating the module, the same one. So which benefits as a lower execution cost? Access for the different services is not required. It's not required for the modular system, but for the conventional system, it's very poor require. However, which is always leading towards again the no snagging or no damaging of the services. Rework at the site, which Musab mentioned, for the conventional system it may require, and most of the time it require, where modular system does not require because it's happening in the eye level, which is again helping us for no damaging of the services, and it's neat and clean way we are installing. In the other hand, cost of the scaffolding, which is the standard we have to keep in the site for installing mechanical, for electrical, for plumbing, each trade installation, it has to be there. But for the modular system, the whole thing coming as a one unit, which minimize the cost for the scaffolding, also reduce the high level risk job, which reduce the lower execution cost. Work progress, it's depend on the other trade, meaning depend on the construction team or like a civil contractor. Basically, once they finish the slab casting, they give the green signal, then only the installation can start as a conventional system. But for the modular system, it is independent because it is happening in a factory. So when it happens in a factory, that time we can start fabricating before the getting the green signal from the construction team even. So once we get the green signal from construction team, we can easily transport the module to the site and then hang it in the location, which is making the quicker completion of the project. Work monitoring for the conventional system in the different floor, it's a big process. Also, one engineer cannot do the all work monitoring from the for 10 floor or 20 floor, whatever the building vertical rises. But in the modular system, as it's happening in a single floor, the QA/QC engineer can roam around for the work monitoring, as well as the CCTV also can help us to monitor the work, what's happening and how it's happening. Let's come down to the MEP modular process. What is the process of fabricating and modular, or what is the process behind if we proceed with a modular process, a modular system? So basically there is three phase. One is design phase, one is facility phase, and the last one is on-site phase. So design phase, it's including doing the design drawing, preliminary proposal has to be submitted. Then after that, we will prepare coordination service drawing and we will submit it. So once the drawing got approved, we will apply for a material submission. Material, once it get approved, we will find out what is the bill of quantity based on the design calculation we did. Then our contractor will procure the material in their facility or in their factory. Then prefabrication of the MEP module will happen. So module inspection is also a very vital part, will happen in the same facility, which is offsite. And then the pressure test of the services, it will also happen. Well, this much was offsite work. Now come to the on-site. In on-site, we will transport the complete module along with the MEP services, then making and setting out the area and install it. So here you can see that most of the work happening offsite and very few work happening on-site. So in on-site work, as it reduce, it lead towards again quicker completion of the project. How Fischer service and guidance can help you out to do or to comply with this MEP modular system. What Fischer give is starting from the design calculation of the channel, the drawing estimation or BOQ, the customization if required for the products, supports for obtaining the approval at the site, the technical meetings, the submittals, and end up with giving the approved fabricator to you, or give proper training to your people to become a approved fabricator in the site. So let's see how the design calculation we do for the modular system. It's a complete stress analysis design, which is designing for each one of member what is the stress induced inside and what is the deflection happening each member. Based on that, we choose the correct member, correct size of the channel, and the connection as well. After that, our engineers draft the drawing in a detailed way with showing each connections. Even we can also do Revit drawing if required at your site. Then it comes to the BOQ. We do a detailed BOQ for each one of item mentioning the article number. What is customization Fischer can do? Customization comes when you will see there is different kind of product required, but in Fischer range it is not available. With Fischer guidance and following the international quality standard, we manufacture the product, test the product, and then deliver it also if required. So there is also fabrication training at the facility or factory. There is installation training at the site for how to install the module. After installation training, we give the certification to the installer if they qualify our test, and your worker become a certified installer for Fischer system. Material sample board also is submit to the site, and we make the mock-up at the site if required. This is how it looks like, a mock-up at the site. This is some of the glimpse of modular system, how it's done. The big benefit of using complete product range with Fischer is having all this product with them. So basically, when you start using the Fischer product, it is giving you solution of one-stop shop. So starting from the anchor, ending with the channels and pipe hangers, you will get the solution as a whole. This is combined support system, one of our project in Dubai, with different services running on. This is also channel support system. This is the modular support system, how it looks like after installing in the project. And I would request you, if you are having any questions, please drop in the question answer box so we can answer your question over there. I see there is some comments.
Yeah, in chat box, one question is there. If you can answer before moving to Q and A platform.
Mahmoud is asking, any system has advantages and disadvantages. So what is the disadvantages for modular system? Good question, Mahmoud. I appreciate for this question. Well, there is disadvantages is only high level of coordination. That's it. So if you see what is the disadvantages of module, it is high level of coordination, and obviously a minimum encouragement require, like the it to move for a new system and to cope up with a new system. That is the main barrier, I will say. Apart from that, modular system is very good. Second, another one part, modular system is very good for the copy pasting areas. Let's say if it is the corridors for the high rise building, if it is the villas, which is the copy paste, you can say like the similar kind of villas. So that area, if we are using the modular, it's much better. So the work reduce and then quicker completion happen. But if each module is different than the other module, then it's much difficult, because the lot of work will come compared to the conventional system.
Yeah, I will touch one more point in this topic, Subankar. I want not like calling it as disadvantage, is a challenge actually, for specifically for pipes where required slope. So that's why we are calling for in-house training. We are calling for design We are calling for other services from Fischer,
True.
specifically for drainage pipes.
Agree.
Okay. So
I can see again Muhammad Mapsota. He is asking, I think the cost is the main factor for execute any work. True. The cost at the beginning is the main factor, but if you see as a whole, you will end up with saving a lot of cost. Mm, that's also true. Mustafa, he is saying, could you show us design step for the modular system by the software? um, Mustafa, we would like to do that with you, but not live here. Basically, it's a long design process, and it has to be done in the finite element design calculator. So if we meet you personally, definitely we would love to show you how we do the design calculation for the modular system.
okay, let's move to question and answer panel. Subankar.
Yes.
We
Here,
received there some of the questions, starting with Mr. Khalid. Do you offer welding modules? Actually, our modules are nut and washer modules, where you are using all with hex bolts, nut and washer with other connectors and the mainframe. There is no welding in between. And this is the beauty of the system.
yes, and I want to give another point here. Welding module is always as a fixed connection. So when you are using the nut bolt module, you are having always the flexibility of making changes if required at the depend on the site condition. Sometimes it is required to change the the channel arrangement alignment, so that time it could be done, but in the welding module, no, it has to be cut it off. uh, in Gogi, he said, hello, do you have rooftop foot mounts in Fisher range?
I think from Kenya.
Yes, thank you so much for this question. However, this seminar is not about that, but we do have also rooftop foot mounts in Fisher range, and yeah, we would love to share the data with you in future.
Next.
Then Rohenio, in Riyadh Metro project in KSA, do you propose execute module? I am not sure about Riyadh Metro project. We propose to execute module or not. For sure, Rohenio, we will come back with the correct answer after discussing with our KSA team.
We will send you also contact details of our KSA team as well.
Yes.
To approach for further things. I would recommend you guys to just post any question and answer panel instead of chat. So we will make sure we are not missing any clarification from your side.
Exactly. So again, in Googie is saying any other finish you have apart from galvanized and HDG. Yes, in Googie, we do have also stainless steel finish in our range. So if you are having a high corrosion area, like where the corrosion category is higher, uh, we can also propose the solution with uh, stainless steel channels, threaded rod, nut washer, and accessories.
I will pick some question also from the chat box. Mr. Ray is asking, will you please share the experience installer? Sure. We'll send you a link where you can get there and install. And if you need any help, you can approach us. We will do one-to-one meeting or training session related to our software.
Definitely. Ngugi is okay. His question answered already. So anonymous attendee, someone is asking, do you have virtual reality service as you show on the current slide? Virtual reality service is basically to see the virtual reality, but currently we don't have in Dubai available. We are developing it in Germany. We do have in Germany this. Mr. Jim is saying, can I have a copy of this PowerPoint to present it to my sales team and for in-house training? Mr. Jim, we would like to share this, but if you can share your team, how many people you want to give the training, we could also come to your place to train your people, and we would be love to do that. So do let us know your office address.
Mis-
We will come there.
Mr. Wissam is asking, Wissam Khouri, which FEM design software do you use? Basically, right now we are performing our design calculation using RSTAB and submitting sure all necessary documents with that.
Mr. Suraj Bhaskaran is saying all the softwares for checking structural calculation are free. The answer is not free, but in the other hand, you can do the calculation for the conventional system using Fischer software, which is free. But for the modular, which we shown, the R-Step software, it is not free. We are having the license software. Mahmoud Mohammed, he is saying, what about modular support shifting with it is service, and is it easy logistic process? Mr. Mahmoud, I want to tell you this shifting, it is along with the services, and yes, it is depend on how the logistic process is happening. It is easy. I think you saw in my presentation, one of the slide was having the transportation of the module. Only 4 people was handling to transport the whole module with one forklift help. So each truck was carrying around 4 modular of 3-meter length and 1.5-meter width.
Mr. Ray asking, we are using your product. Will you conduct training also? Sure. Can do online training, in-house training, site training as well. Another good question from Mr. Mahmoud is for you, Swankar. How can we achieve the support spacing? Yeah.
How can we achieve the support spacing complying with different codes like NFPA, MSS, SM, SMACNA, etc.? Well, Mr. Mahmoud, normally what we suggest to support the firefighting pipe, as it's require higher safety factor, NFPA standard. So we go with a separate support system or a module, where other support system, which is MSS and SMACNA, we can comply with giving the correct spacing between the support system and taking the correct safety factor in the design calculation. Thanks for your answer. We are the Fischer distributor in Ireland, and I don't think coming to visit us would be possible at the moment. Well, Jim, I understood. We will then we will be in touch, and then we'll discuss regarding it. Is the prefabrication additional cost or part of your standard offering? Is the prefabrication additional cost? Okay, what I understood from your question is basically you are asking that prefabrication will be additional cost, or it is the included in the product price. So basically prefabrication is obviously it's a separate cost, but if you require, we can train you, or if you need a approved applicator, approved fabricator, we can connect you both, so you will get the competitive price of getting prefabrication from them, and from us you will get the product price. Yes.
Okay. One question is there from anonymous attendee. What type of corrosion prevent treatments are available with Fischer modular support system. What type of corrosion-proven treatment? Well, our products are actually made of, let's say, itself as a GI product and treated against corrosion with layers, which we are calling hot dip galvanized layers. Plus, for extremely high level of corrosion areas, we are really recommending you to go with stainless steel elements. Please send us seminar data if you can, sure. But please send your mail ID because I can see it's anonymous attendee.
Well, you are welcome, Mr. Jim. Mahmoud is saying, are you getting fees of engineering cost before supplying material? It's depend case to case basis, sir. Our engineers, how they are supporting, but for sure, if there is some work is there and then you need our support, we are okay to discuss and then support you, apart from this engineering cost and all. So if you are having any current open opportunity, do let us know. We would like to support you in that.
Okay, so before leaving, if no questions left, so please go to the poll and feedback panel and give us your feedback about today's session. So that would help us much to improve for future seminars.
Me and Musab will really thank you all for attending this online seminar. It was our pleasure to share this knowledge with you. We are always available anytime you need any kind of support regarding modular support system. Please do let us know. Try to reach us through our corporate mail ID. We would love to give you the response over there.
So those who finished feedback or given their feedback, sure they can leave. Thank you for coming today and hope to see you all soon. Be in touch for next webinar, next online seminars. Don't hesitate to call us anytime for any clarifications.